Right there.
Rio Vista.
Brought to you by Cocoa Farms.
The best weed in all of East Bay. Welcome to Daddy Bits, your trade idea show, hosted by yours truly, the Trading Daddies. I am your host, the Master Crayon Eater, and as always, my amazing co-host,
Farmer John in the building.
Farmer Jan, bro. Dude, you've been telling me that there's been crazy weather over there in Idaho.
Yeah, man, there was like a tornado and a hurricane combined last night. There was tons of lightning and thunder, and the winds were like at least 40 miles per hour.
So you got lightning, thunder, a tornado, and a hurricane. So you got a tornicane.
Yeah, and plus it was raining. It was raining pretty hard.
Bro, that's scary. That's scary stuff.
Yeah.
That's scary stuff.
Woke up the kids, so.
Oh, man. I cannot imagine. That's that Midwest weather, bro.
I know.
That's that Midwest weather. I got some buddies living in Denver, bro. Dude, it's raining, like hailing, and then sunny within 20 minutes.
That sounds about right.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I remember weather being like that too.
Good.
When I was living out there.
A couple of days ago, it was in the 50s, and then last week it was like almost in the hundreds.
Bro, that is flu waiting to happen.
That was a big drop. It's like you're wearing shorts the other day, and then like a couple of days ago you're like wearing sweatshirt.
Can't be walking around rocking a Patagonia in shorts. But you know, I'm guilty of that. It could be like 65 degrees out here, but it's still like windy. So I'll go outside wearing shorts, some sneakers, and a Patagonia, and I'm like, I feel stupid, but you know what? This is working. Oh man, we have a pretty cool show for you guys today. We're going to talk about 3 stocks that we feel is prime for some moves to the upside, to the downside. You know, we trade both ways in this channel. But before we get to that, make sure you guys hit up our friends over at Bust Down Academy, bustdowninvestments.com. If you don't trade using technical analysis, then your money will experience paralysis. Bust Down Academy, bustdowninvestments.com. Where we got a 9. I'll take that any day. The 9s are awesome.
You're not running out of stuff to say, huh?
Oh, I get there sometimes. Then I think of something. I'm like, oh man, we'll rhyme with that one. So that's my thought process is still working. But the question here today is Coinbase a long-term buy, John?
Yes,
Coinbase
it is
a long-term buy. So if you guys are interested in how we think that it is a long-term buy, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit that post notification bell, give us a nice preemptive thumbs up, because John, if they gave us a thumbs down,
your mom to hell.
From the streets. All right, make sure you drop down in the comment section below the stocks you guys want us to cover. Also, grade my nice little ad over there. But let's get to it after this intro. All right, before we get to the stocks, let's take a look at some member gains. John, we got some member gains from Friday. Pretty solid member gains. Member gains. Alvin. Member gains. Alvin, we got some Alvin gains. Let's see the director of sales himself with 338 over Upstart. Solid move. We have Matt. He's a swing trader now. He's on vacation. He's on a cruise ship. Long CCL for Matt. He's on
somewhere in Florida, right?
Yeah, and someone in Florida.
Florida is something else, man. That's their own country right there. It's their own country, it's their own entity by itself.
Florida should separate. Like
you know how they always say Cal exit, Cal.
Oh yeah, flow exit.
Florida just needs to separate itself.
If Florida seceded from the Union today, we wouldn't know.
Union? Not the 1800s.
No, that's what they call it. Like if a state ever says, you know what, we're out. We don't want to do this anymore. We're going to secede. We have to secede from the Union. Then that's it. Like Florida. I mean, to be honest with you, if Florida does that, Are we gonna notice? Like, it's just another day in Florida. He says
It's
that
wild
there's
over
like,
there.
yeah, it's wild over there. He's saying that there's a reason why it's such a hot spot for the Rona. But shout out to him. I know he's staying safe out there. We saw some pictures, pretty cool stuff. But Spotify for 620, Mr. Burgundy on a Microsoft calls and Apple calls, right? Juice caught some Microsoft.
Hey,
right?
shout out to Juice. He's taking a class.
I know. Juice also hitting with a 510 swing for NVIDIA for next week.
Nice.
Good on you. Good on you. Solid plays.
You know who's swinging NVIDIA too?
Who?
Pelosi.
Oh, bro. I wanna sit down with Mama Losi and Mr. Pelosi, Mr. Gentleman Pelosi. I'm still waiting on that cup of coffee, sir. We still have to do that.
She needs to start her own Discord channel. Do it for the people, man. Do it for the public.
Nancy Pelosi, if you are really for the people and of the people,
right?
And the people,
for the people.
Start your own Discord. Start doing your own analysis.
I know, right?
We will follow you.
She'd be styling every time she's on TV. She'd be styling, man.
Dude, she be opening up hair salons knowing that it's a lockdown. You savage. Bro, you got to give it up to her, bro. She has her own ways.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the first stock that we want to cover is Uber. Oh, man. There was some bad news on Uber. The Prop 22 that was just passed over in California in the last election. They said that it was unconstitutional for them to do that. So now Uber will have to pivot and have to figure out a way to classify their drivers, right? The Uber drivers as quote unquote employees and actually pay them benefits rather than independent contractors.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a lot more pressure with Uber tomorrow. It has been on a downtrend though. If we look at the past few months, actually, 6-1. Yeah, so the past couple of months, it's been on this steady downtrend. I don't see any recovery here, John. Especially here, because it tried to get and cross over this MACD, but now this MACD is opening up more to the downside. But we are, however, just a word of caution, we are at oversold levels.
I mean, we might. Yes, definitely. This is going to be on the watch right now for tomorrow, for this week, actually. It's oversold. Plus, on top of that, they got some bad news. It might get beat up, a couple more points, but I do expect a technical bounce. I'm not saying it's going to be tomorrow. Who knows? It might be this week. So
notice here a couple weeks ago how it hit the same oversold levels right here. We saw that technical bounce, right there, that technical bounce, and then ultimately going off again. So if you are trading Uber to the downside, I would wait until we see this again, this pop. Because once you see this pop and you know there's a bad catalyst, obviously what happens there is people are trying to sell off where they bought at.
Yeah.
Right. So that's so watch out for Uber. Also, throw into the mix Lyft and Dash. I want to take a look at those charts too, just to see where we are. On Lyft, looks a little bit more to the downside, I think. John, what do you think about Lyft here?
I was looking at Dash. Lyft got more downside right here.
Yeah.
Because, personally, I look into, when I buy dips, I always look into the first green day, really. Yeah. So for this one seems to have more downside on this one.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Dash because that's going to be affected too. Dash has a lot of room to go down.
Yeah.
I actually like Dash short better than Uber and Lyft. I didn't see this, but I'm going to take a look at this.
Was DoorDash on that list as well?
Yeah, because they're part of that rideshare economy, right? They're part of that.
Were they mentioned?
I don't think they were mentioned, but as a sympathy play.
Okay.
I feel that if you are if you're driving for these companies, you're doing any type of deliveries or doing any type of ride hailing, you need to be classified as an employee of the people you're driving or delivering for. It just makes sense from a benefits, because I've been there. I've been in their shoes before. I used to drive for Uber and Lyft, and that was kind of a frustrating point when I was driving for them, that they wouldn't pay out, health insurance or whatever, right? Because the lure of it all is you're an independent contractor, but there's like so many more hidden expenses. So you have to worry about your wear and tear for your car. You have to worry about your own gas. So it really eats into your profits, especially if you get sick and you can't drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that definitely does eat into your quote unquote independent contractor profits. So let's take a look at the next stock that we want to cover. It's Palo Alto Networks, PANW. This is the first for this show, actually.
Yeah, I was actually looking at PANW, over this weekend. It's because I like the chart, how it's dipping right now. Plus, on top of that, it pays dividends.
It does.
It does. Semiconductor, company.
So they do report earnings tomorrow after hours. Let's take a look at from a zoomed out view. Oh, excuse me, I just burped. They don't really do well through earnings. Oh, actually, they did. This earnings, couple earnings ago, they did pop a little bit on volume, and they've been trading above those levels for quite some time now. So again, it's not financial advice. These are stocks that John and I take a look at to see if we could exploit some value and see if we could make some gains off of it. But again, we really advise against holding anything through earnings just because it's a gamble. We've done that a couple of times already.
What happened with Nvidia?
Sometimes you get lured into it because it looks so juicy, right? But again, if you guys watched the episode yesterday, the legend of Teflon John continues.
The
legend of Teflon John is one to tell for future investors. But I feel that because it got that the EMA crosses below, it's been on a downside tear for quite some time. This MACD is just scooping up, but again, I wouldn't buy this through earnings. I'm gonna wait until the reaction to earnings before making a decision on it. What about you?
I mean, even though it looks like a buy the dip scenario, I mean, this thing can still come down. So I'd wait for the reaction after earnings. So
yeah, it has a lot of room to if we're looking at the Bollinger Bands over here, 350, 354. That's like the short-term target for it. And if it ever hits that, it's going to go flush a little bit harder. But I would be cautious rocking this through earnings. So let's talk about the stock that's on the thumbnail here. Coinbase, John. Coinbase.
So before we get started with Coinbase, here, let me scoop in real quick. They just had some earnings not too long ago, about almost a couple weeks ago. But I want to read a tweet from their CEO, Brian Armstrong, because we just did a stock of the week yesterday on the podcast, and I just wanted to read what he had mentioned 3 days ago. Okay, he tweeted, "We recently received board approval to purchase over 500 million of crypto on our balance sheet to add to our existing holdings, and we'll be investing 10% of all profit going forward in crypto." So basically, they're just, whatever they make, they're just going to dump it back in their portfolios. Okay, I expect this percentage to keep growing over time as the crypto economy matures.
Wow, that's very bullish news.
Yeah, I think that's long term right there.
Yeah, so Coinbase is trading right now below IPO pricing. It debuted at a price of $329.73, and now we're trading at around $257.32. So there's a lot of room to the upside to capitalize on an all-time high scenario here. And we're also trading mid-range of the Bollinger Band. So from a technical standpoint, it's a little bit of a cautious trade, right? If you're day trading this, but a long-term play, why not take a stab on leaps on Coinbase? We're seeing a lot of more bullish crypto news coming out. And this is just a cycle, right? We talked about this yesterday on the podcast that money cycles in and out of certain asset classes. And we've seen the tech sector run so much in the past, couple months. And crypto's been on that, we're trying to test the waters and trying to test resistances for a lot of your big crypto plays. And
didn't you load it, Ethereum?
Yeah, I loaded up on Ethereum this weekend actually, and I started staking Ethereum so that I collect that 5% APR,
Nice.
and that's what I'm gonna keep doing as part of my whole crypto portfolio and crypto play is to keep dumping money into ETH so that and keep staking it until the ETH2 releases. I find that Ethereum has a lot more use cases, and there's a lot more room to the upside. And you could also use other coins too to trade in and out if you're a high frequency trader. But from a fundamental standpoint, Coinbase, we did stock of the week yesterday in Coinbase. I didn't know that they had different types of ways to use Coinbase. There's Coinbase Pro, there's Coinbase Prime.
Right. Well, it's not available to us because
no, for sure. We don't have
certain capital. Yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, they're using if you look at Coinbase, it looks clean, it looks friendly. It's I wouldn't call it
Robinhood.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it the Robinhood of crypto. No, Robinhood is the Robinhood of Robinhood.
I don't get
it. There's only one Robinhood, and it's shitty. So I like Coinbase as a platform. I like Coinbase for what they do. They're fairly transparent with what they do. And you own the coins. It's not like you buy it and Robinhood owns the coins. No, you own the coins here, which is amazing. So long Coinbase. Anything else to add, Coinbase?
That's it. I mean, I like the company itself. CEO is solid. So
as one of the only stocks in the market that are crypto focused, you might want to get some exposure if you're not actually in crypto yourself. So as crypto goes up, Coinbase tends to pop, and we're gonna see. I feel I feel it in my bones that there's crypto bull runs.
Don't follow Mara or Riot. If you've been following those two, just dump your money in coin.
No, yeah, definitely, right? Mara and Riot are day trade plays. So Mara and Riot are mining plays. So their business is heavily focused on how much they're mining, right? Correct. And that's purely just primarily Bitcoin. So if you're looking at different exposures to different types of crypto, Coinbase is really your way to go. And who wouldn't want to own the number one cryptocurrency stock, right? I think that's a very solid play. But that's pretty much it. Anything else to add, John?
That's it.
Happy Sunday to you. Big plans? What you got going today?
Haircut, man. I'm starting to look like a farmer John over here.
All right, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit that post notification bell, give us a nice post-emptive now thumbs up if you guys like this content, because if you don't, John,
your mama walked at Monument from the hours of late hours. Let's just say late hours.
Your mama still prints MapQuest maps.
Man, I remember though. You have to write it down on a piece of paper
because you didn't have printer ink, so you had to write all of this down.
Expensive, first of all. Ink was expensive 20 years ago, so you had to write it down, and then sometimes you just say, "Okay, at the stoplight, make a right. At the next stop, make a left."
All right. Also, hit up our friends over at Bust Down Academy's classes start tomorrow, but it's never too late to learn. Make sure you guys hit up our friends over at bustdowninvestments.com if you're a new trader. Don't know where to start, or if you're already trading and you just want to join a community of like-minded individuals that celebrate your wins and lift you up in your losses. We also talked a lot of boxing yesterday. We were watching the Manny Pacquiao fight. Tito Manny. Oof. I mean, he's still a little spry, but Tito Manny needs to pass the torch. You see his wife. His wife, every time he gets punched, he's like, Also, I don't like watching boxing with family parties. They're not fun to me anymore. You always have that one tita. Pants him. Pants his face. Give him a 1-2 jab hook.
I cannot.
Hit him below the belt. Hit him below the belt. You know, like, tita, that's illegal. You can't be doing that. It's a foul. Pants his face.
Keep putting his hands in his face.
Yeah. Like they're right in front of the TV too. Like they're in front of the TV like this, John. Pants his face. Like oh man. Also make sure you hit up our social media. Follow me at Trading Poppy. Follow John at John C Trades, Trading Daddies for the both of us. TradingDaddies.com for all your news, your merch. And with that being said, let's get trading, guys. And remember that the charts do not lie.
Yeah.